Claudio,
Thank you.
to my YouTube channel. We've known each other a while,
Yes.
but this is the first time we've really had a conversation.
Yes, it is. Yes, I'm glad to be here with you.
Yeah. So you
Really
actually
big fan, big fan.
big fan. Yeah. Yeah. And so Claudio, I'm a big fan of you because you two are an English teacher on TikTok, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't actually like do videos like teaching. I do like more like a quotes. No, there's this guy, Jesse Perdigo, something like that, and he makes like nice videos with quotes, and I do the ones that I really like. But it's like when you dub the voice, it's like not my
Uh-huh.
voice. I only have two videos teaching about how to pronounce the word world,
Uh-huh.
and one is the girl. So it's all that I have because I was thinking about like making a video teaching, but there are so many people, so many good people doing it, and I said, not good.
Why not though? Why not?
I
You
don't
could have
know.
the Portuguese niche, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Claudio, tell us, where do you live? Tell me where you live.
I live in Curitiba, is a city in the state of Paraná, Brazil, south of Brazil. And so Curitiba is the capital. So it's a nice city. Nice city.
Nice. I've actually been to Curitiba.
I
I was there. Did I tell you?
You told me.
Yeah, I was there many years ago.
I think you've been here in 2005, you told me, right?
When?
2005? That's what you told me, right?
Yes, it was 2005. You're right. You have a good memory. Yeah, it was 2005. I was there. So, oh my gosh, that's like 17 years ago.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it a lot.
I remember that because the same year I went to London. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you do for your job? So I've had a lot of English teachers, non-native English teachers here. So is that what you do now?
Yes, that's what I do. I work for a private school, so it's a little bit different when you have like you have like a private students, because privately you can teach your way or you can use different materials, right? But most of my time I have to teach through this private school and through their methods and stuff. So I have to follow schedules, and sometimes it's not that fun, but it's okay.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so what is it? Can you tell me what is it like, kind of like learning English in Brazil? Do you start learning very early in school, or what does that look like?
You're talking about my case. How did I learn English, or general
Mhm.
how people do learn English here?
Yeah, I guess just generally, is English generally taught in public schools pretty early?
Yes, they have English here as a subject, but no one likes it because the teachers they work with this school, like private public school, right? So they don't have like a good material. They don't have sometimes they don't even speak English, and they have
Really?
to teach English. So it's kind of a complicated. So people complain that they like being talking about verb to be for like 3-4 years and never learn that. It's very hard.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds a lot like how language classes are here in the US, where they're just really bad. And the teacher doesn't even speak the language. Yeah, it's similar. So how did you learn? Because your English is perfect. It's perfect.
No.
So how did you learn?
Really, I don't think that, but thank you.
It's pretty perfect.
Yeah, I started like I think when I was 14 or 15 because of one song. You know, I really like that song, and oh my God, I want to sing along. I want to
Uh-huh.
learn the lyrics and stuff. Then back in those days, there was this the newsstand, right? Is it this?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They sell those magazines for learning how to play the guitar, and they come with the lyric and translation, and some of them with the phonetics, how you pronounce the words and stuff.
Really?
So yeah, I remember the song was Heaven. Is a song of Brian Brian Adams. Brian Adams.
Oh, a Brian Adams song. I won't ask you to sing it because I don't know, but I don't remember that specific song. Can you say some of
I don't have a voice to sing, but you can you can
I'll look it up.
look it up. It's better, right?
Okay.
I
Because
don't want to ruin
yeah.
your video, singing. But
Yeah.
it's a very nice song, So I fell in love for this song, and at that time, and so I need to sing, and like every Brazilian, when they like songs in another language, they don't sing, they mumbling. So that's what I. But I wanna know how to pronounce the words. I wanna like sing along, just for me. I'm not a singer. But
Yeah.
singing in the
Yeah.
shower. I wanna do good in the
Yeah,
shower.
exactly. I understand that. I'm not a singer and I want to that's one thing when I've been learning Spanish that has helped me a lot. I want to be able to sing with the song. So I try to listen to music in Spanish and being able to there's something very like empowering or makes you feel really good to be able to sing a song in another language.
And also when I started, I used to watch some movies, but again, back in those days, there was only VHS, so we didn't have this facility, this kind of easiness to change the subtitles and remove it, and then
Yeah.
want to do like we have nowadays. So I remember when I was watching a movie, and oh my God, I need to learn how to communicate in English. How am I going to do that? So I think I have to train my ears, because I've never been to a school, never been to an English school, right? So
Wow, never.
now I always learn with music and movies, no music and movies. So I remember, because this movies, they used to rent the movies,
Yeah, yep,
rental stores, right? And then
exactly.
here in Brazil,
Blockbuster.
yeah, and here Blockbuster, yeah, and here in Brazil, there are only movies with Portuguese subtitles. You know what happens when you are watching something with subtitles, right? Your eyes go straight to the subtitles, and right, so you kind of miss most of the magic of the movie.
Yeah.
So what I did, I cut out a piece of paper and stick in the on the
No
yeah,
way.
yes, and so I couldn't see the subtitles, and I forced myself to, okay, let me see, let me pay attention, and I was watching that movie over and over and over, and I'll try to copy. But the problem was, I don't know how to write those things, so I couldn't only imitate the sound, of a sentence, or of a line, and then that's the way I learned. I'm still learning, actually. Yeah. So
Yeah, of course. I'm still learning too. I'm still learning English too. That's what I always tell people when
yeah,
they're like, I just can't, I keep having to learn. I say, well, I am too.
yeah.
So that's awesome. Were you pretty, I'm curious because when I hear people say, oh, I learned through music or I learned through movies and you said you covered the subtitles. I'm really curious how much of a base knowledge you had. Were you able to, did you have like no knowledge of English and you were able to pick up on it? Or did you need to supplement that with, okay, I need to go look at this book? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I'm very curious about that.
Yeah, I remember. I used to have a small dictionary, So that dictionary was was totally worn out, falling apart. So long that I had that dictionary. So I used three things, right? Music, the
Right.
songs lyrics, right? Movie, and this dictionary. So of course I would miss something because probably because of the Portuguese, I could guess what that in English, but to find the right word in that time was difficult. So I didn't worry about that. I just worried about trying to pronounce like the closest I can get from the original. So imitation thing. So that's the thing I try to say to students nowadays. But because nowadays it's easy because they have Netflix on your cell phone, you have Netflix
Right.
on, you have lyrics, you have Spotify, you have anything you want, right? So nowadays it's completely different, and it's much easier than back in my time. And I don't know what happened. They still struggle to learn to get the habit of studying, because I told them, I don't know, most of the people, they work, they go to college, and they plus want to learn English, right? So it's a hard task to do when you want to
Yeah.
when you put too much on your plate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So you kind of fell in love with movies and music and you just kept learning and then you said you went to London,
Yes.
correct? So why were you in London?
Uh, I've been to London for 4 years or something, but not on vacation. No, so I needed to work there. So I worked really hard there,
Mhm.
and for 4 years. And but knowing English, it helped me a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So you did not do any English studying there. You already spoke English.
No, and I used to work with construction. So my team was mostly people from Poland and Albania. So I think my English was better than theirs.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
of course. My bosses, they were English. I still have the contact with them. So the only moment I had to practice like with a native with when I was with my boss. But that wasn't all the time, and it wasn't all day long. So all day long I was learning a little bit of a Polish and a little bit of Albanian too. So yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
The
Well,
only bad words.
I
Only
remember.
don't ask me because only bad words.
Yeah, that's how I am with a lot of languages right now. Um, yeah, so yeah, I remember you told me, "Oh, I lived in London and I expected a British accent." But your accent, you clearly do I do not hear any British influence.
You know why?
So
You know why?
now your story makes more sense
Yeah.
to
You
me.
know why? Songs. Most of the songs here are American, and movies. Most of them are American. No. So I wish I could say something differently with a different accent, but it's very hard for me. I have to make like a bit of an effort. You know what I mean?
That might be better than mine. I'm just saying my British accent is pretty bad.
I would be delighted if I could like make a posh accent, but it is not true.
Yeah. That's great. That does have that connotation, especially here in the US. People say, ooh.
Yeah.
Americans always like, ooh, British accent.
Oh,
Ooh.
they do like British accent there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends on the person, of course, but in general, I would say yes.
Yeah,
I would say
I wish I
yes.
could have like a British or American accent, but I don't. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's the thing, you know. So you don't need to sound American or you don't need to sound British to speak good English, right? So I stopped worrying about that. Like I kind of
Yeah.
do that, you know.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, I guess the other thing I wanted to ask you was about you know, what do you think? So you mentioned that in Brazil, one of the things, the biggest struggles is that you just don't have a lot of English teachers that are good English teachers, right?
In public schools, yeah, but I think in private schools they are pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
But
In private.
what I see, you know, is like you know that thing. For example, you teach it. How are you? And then students, I'm fine. But you know, like real life is not all the time like that, you know. So you have other ways to ask how are you? You know, how's it going? How have you been? You know, what's up? And it's not always I'm fine. You know, so it's kind of a the method here is kind of a you teach by the book, you know, so it's not very natural. It doesn't sound natural, you know? So
Yeah.
I always try to bring to class like of course I have to teach what is in the book, but okay, so we have this, we have I'm fine, but in real life they don't say only I'm fine. They say this and that, and I think that's what makes a difference, and what this makes a class like a better English class, you know. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is like I have not been an English teacher for very long. And I was a literature teacher before. And so I recently went through training, and that's some of the stuff that they, when you're looking at the research about how people learn languages and the best ways, it's very clear
Yeah,
that being stuck in a book and following example that doesn't work.
yeah.
So it's there's no question about it.
But,
In my class we're always moving, we're always talking.
it's just like that because when we have like the book divided in units, and like every other unit you have like a couple of words you need to teach them. So, but they are words that I gotta use. So that's the thing, you know. So
Yeah.
spend some time using words. They. Me. It's good to know. It's good to be there, but you need to know when to focus on some sort of words. Only on a number of words, not all the words, because that doesn't matter, right? So
Yeah.
it won't matter. It depends on the student, right? Depends on the what work he does or what he's going to do with life with his life. But for example, fancy handkerchief was one of the words. Fancy handkerchief.
Fancy handkerchief.
So when are you going to use that? I need to. Sorry, where are you going? I need to go to the mall because I need to buy a fancy handkerchief. You're not going to say that, right?
Yeah, so for people who don't know, a handkerchief is like, how would you describe it? It's like a cloth. It's those cloths that you stick. Maybe I would put it right here
Yeah.
and pull it out and go, achoo, sneeze into it. Just a little cloth. Yeah, people don't use those.
No, they don't.
Yeah, exactly. And then what happens is they learn that word, oh, handkerchief. I have to remember handkerchief. And then they forget it 2 weeks later or 2 months later because they're never using it.
I have students from 18 years old to 60. So I think they are, I'm going to learn English. They're going to, so before that decision, they never like a word about learning anything. I have students, they don't listen to songs in English. They don't watch
They
movies.
don't what?
They don't listen to songs in English. They don't listen to songs, to music, right? In English. They don't watch movies. They like Brazilian soap opera. So then I try to explain. So the more exposed you are to the language, the better, right? So you need to change it. Once you became an English student, you need to try to put the things in your daily life. And I like read something, listen to a song that you think is
Yes.
nice. Try to find the lyrics, bring the lyrics so we can talk about, we can sing together. I don't know, but some of them they are kind of stubborn. Let's put it that way. They don't
Yeah. Yeah.
they don't do it.
That is, yeah, I see that a lot. I see people who, it can be kind of frustrating if I'm being honest. Like it can be, I get kind of,
Yeah.
because yeah, there are people who come to me and they say, I want you to teach me English. But it's like they expect me to have like a magic, like to be magic. Like,
Yes, it's not like
here's
you're not
English.
gonna put your book under your arm, and
Yeah,
you go to
exactly.
the course, and they're gonna send you like magic pulses or something like
Yeah, exactly.
that.
Exactly. And yeah, I say the same thing. If, I think people, especially when they're older and maybe they don't have language experience, they don't understand what they're starting.
Yeah.
They don't understand. I always say language is a mountain. Learning a language is a mountain. And like you said, you started when you were 14. You still don't feel like you speak
Not
perfectly,
at all.
right?
Not at all. And I
And so
never will.
people don't understand what they're getting into, and that 1 hour a week in a class is not enough.
Yeah.
You really have to live language, because that is what language is.
Yeah.
So definitely with beginner students, getting whatever I can do to get people doing it at home,
Yeah.
anything is good. Yeah.
I have students. They say, "Okay, teacher. Now I'm studying English. So, what do you think in 2 years' time I'll be able to speak?"
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell, right? So,
Yeah.
because it depends on the person, depends on the student, right? So
Yeah. It depends on the
if you're going to
student.
study, if you're going to school like once a week, have 2 hour classes with your teacher. You don't prepare. You don't do your homework. You don't expose yourself to the language. Probably you won't.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's a great point. Yeah, that is absolutely true. And yeah, people will say, well, how long? Like you said, they say, how long? I say, well, I always ask them what their goals are. I'm like,
Yeah.
so how long until you can go on a tour in New York City? I don't know, maybe a few months.
You know what is sad because we have a lot of schools here, private schools and teachers, and because we have a lot of them, it's like the competition to get students is like it's also big.
Yeah.
So they do this advertisements, right? Learn English in 4 months, learn English in 6 months, in 2 years, in 1 year. So they kind of it's not full, but they use that marketing to attract the students. But in reality, you see that, and every time I see that, oh my God, they're doing that again, So, it's kind of
no one is magic.
Yeah.
People listening, if you're still listening, no English teacher is magic. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Claudio. That was a lot of fun talking to you about this stuff.
Thank you for this opportunity, because I don't get to speak with natives very often here. I mean, like zero. So thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.